Alrighty, ruin cuckoo choo to you and all my nobodies not watching out there. There's all these things here. Somebody's can't help this feeling like somebody's watching me. And I wasted my time trying to figure that shit out, and that didn't work out, so I left it alone. Then there's faith in myth, which is definitely not going to help my coterie. Then there's that guy who honestly creeps me the fuck out, even though he really did very little to creep me the fuck out. The nosy reporter who has very, like, that's your problem, girl, not my problem. The gift that keeps on giving. And then, Hope, who's cool. And then that's like... I really don't, and I don't think that's my person, so I was, my understanding was that I had to, oh no, this is early, okay. I just watched my last video trying to figure out after I, like just sat there and savagely was like, Kadir, quit being a bitch and go be the fucking, like, you know, Prince of Bel-Air. Get your life switched up, turned upside down. Like, you know, that doesn't really make sense. But, you know, something, just whatever. But, you know, I'm gonna go hang back out with Kara and not worry about these other things. Because it's night 9, and I got this feeling that there was like a problem that I'd heard about the game at some point through watching another playthrough or just hearing stuff about it, like a review, like honest trailers, although I don't think they ever did one. Just something where I was like, you only have a short time to do the things, and I have been spreading myself just all over the place. Like, I have one with him, I've got one with him, like, you know, that's one, that's another one. I can't get to this guy here. 0 with him, 1 there, and it was, like, not useful. I think I've done 2 for her. I've done 1 for him and 1 for her. And it's like, I have yet to build a single ally, really. I've just made people be like, well, we worked together that one time. So I think the best thing is just I gotta focus on that for tonight, and then I'll deal with, you know, Emma tomorrow, the sister person, and hope that works out okay. Fuck, I could have been reading, but I was not, because why would I do that? And something could not upload, and that means I've got to deal with that later. Anyway, when you reach the cafe, you're welcomed by the familiar face of the waiter who first led you inside. You exchange looks and nods. He hides a vape pen in his back pocket. Are those things hot? I don't know how that works. She's been expecting you. Something happened to her car and hasn't exactly left her room ever since. Yeah, no, I was there. It was bad. I'm surprised it was salvageable. He scratches his head, shrugs, and gestures at you to follow him. It's the same route as before. First, God damn it, I lost my fucking place. As before. First, beyond the locked door at the end of a room with all the computers, then into an endless gray labyrinth. This doesn't look like a labyrinth, it looks more like a long corridor. I think that there's a turn or two around, but that looks... okay, sure, whatever. Finally, you reach a door that would look like any... where are these other doors? Are they real doors? I just have to ask, like, are they real fake doors? Do they go somewhere? Or, you know, like... I probably don't want to know. Is there like a hidden, apartment complex? Is it like a Nosferatu lair? Like, this doesn't make sense to be here, so I'm just curious. It's not like roughly forced into the place either. It looks like it belongs somehow. Anyway, moving on. Finally, you reach a door that would look like any other to the random bystander. Of course, by now you know that Hope's Haven lies beyond it. As much as I didn't know that the first time. The waiter bids you adieu with an exaggerated bow and starts walking back to the end of the cafe. To the cafe. You enter the familiar room. This time, the lights are on inside. Okay, cool. Hope is inside, walking around nervously, overseeing every screen in sight. When she spots you, she wastes no time on introductions. Well, I don't want to see her nervous. That's concerning. I am not okay at all. Kara Montgomery. What do you know of her? You mentioned her last time. I don't recall much about it, except for that she seemed to fuck you, and that might have been the reason why your car was fucked and all that. Not a lot. I could say heard something. What the fuck did I hear? I don't think I heard anything. I don't think I've talked to anything about her. Not a lot. It's like, I know the name because you mentioned her. Nah. You could have seen her in listicles such as Top 5 Badass Women's in Tech 2018, 12, all this stuff, 20 entrepreneurs in oh wow, okay, no, okay, I gotta say that. Okay, let's go back. 12 CEOs who spark innovation through empathy. Then followed by, or 20 entrepreneurs with mysterious ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright. You don't get to voice your answer. The question was just a minor courtesy. She has a monologue to deliver and she won't allow her any interruption. 20 years ago, she was a failed .com investor. Now she's a CEO of a double spiral. The hell happened there? A double spiral. A brand management startup working at crossroads of big data and influencer culture. Okay. So, rival of yours, sire of yours, fellow, child of yours. I don't fucking know. The quotation marks are audible, dripping with venom. Put that on the skewer stick. Ah, fuck, I can't do it. Long story short, she spent years convincing her Camarilla contacts, as in out-of-touch old farts, angry about smartphones, that Kindred can benefit from controlling the internet. Seems like something you'd be happy for. Her IT ghouls have done a lot of research on deepfakes, AI, and her machine learning. Her goals, the ability to generate thousands of believably human online accounts. Okay, real talk. Are you Kara? Because I feel like you could be. She's just one of the few that didn't enjoy your little show thingy. You know? Basically an army of posters that could brute force anything into the mainstream discourse. The elders took a while to get the concept, but eventually Kara got their blessings. That kind of sounds like it's you, hun. I mean, I don't know, spoiler warning for Fight Club, which is an old movie that's been spoiled so many times and referenced in so many ways and blah, 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 but are you sure? You're not gonna be like Tyler Durden here. The thing is, she claims her tech is ready to be tested, but needs one more final component to work properly, and that's why she pauses. For dramatic effect, I assume, or just because, I don't know, man. Maybe she's consulting the multitudinous of her available personalities. She proposed a truce with you? Good news! Fuck her. What? Truce? Like, what truce? Let's just go with a truce. Like, I'm confused. What kind of truce? Okay, of David Chapman. I don't know who David Chapman is. David Chapman. I feel like I should know this. Malk David Chapman. Anyway. The become my friend or face violent death kind of truce. Not exactly a fucking convincing, if you ask me. I feel like you're not really threatened, but it's still a problem, and it could... And it's not like, oh, they're gonna kill you themselves, like American History X or American Gangster. They're just gonna do it in the middle of the street and be like, I don't give a fuck. Who gonna do shit about it? It's more like something's gonna happen and you're already sort of riding on the fringes here, and I can throw you under the bus. But no matter how much I hate her guts, this is a blessing in disguise. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, I know this sounds like it's terrible. It's like, I honestly don't know what's going on, except for that I'm pretty sure that this is the person who you wanted info on. I didn't trust the sleazy guy in the fucking alleyway. He said, here's some blood, and I was like, nah fam, I ain't about that life. And then we got hit by a car later, and then you were like, fucking Kara, and I don't remember much about that conversation, but I get the feeling you didn't tell me much either. So, and I didn't ask other people because I don't feel like talking about your business with others is something you'd want me to do, and I want you to be my friend. Won't you be my friend? She picked a public place in Manhattan, a neutral ground where we could meet without the fear that the other party might do something stupid and violate the masquerade. She wants to just talk. So am I gonna be posted up with a sniper rifle or what? Because I do have Auspex, but also I don't know what my character has any firearm skills, or really any real skills at all. I'm an artist. Can I kill him with paint? You will go there in my place and listen to her terms. We won't accept them, of course, especially not after she just tried to kill us. You will steal her voice and walk away. What am I, the fucking the octopus lady from The Little Mermaid? Like, sing, sing, and just have a shell and it's gonna capture it? Or are you gonna just digitize it? Or also, wouldn't she probably know her enemy better than, like, do you not know what she looks like? Because she probably knows what you look like too. You? I'm going alone. Steal her voice? All we want is your voice. Such a petty little thing. We don't ask for much. Just your voice. You poor unfortunate soul. So sad. Okay, anyway, why won't we accept the truce? I don't know. I feel like that's I'm just gonna say steal her voice. Let's just go be like, like, sure, I'm on board, but how's that work? Also, it's stupid that I'm going in your place, because she probably fucking knows what you look like. You're probably not as good, but steal her voice? What's next? Will you trade her? My boy! My boy, will you trade her mermaid tail for legs? My boy, thank you for that. I didn't know you would say that, but I appreciate it. I was saying it more as a modern reference to, like, they made the Little Mermaid movie recently, and I haven't seen it, but It's a, you know, it's like, it's an old school classic. It's a safe reference, and then it's a more topical now, but they probably made it like years ago, and I'm just now like aware of it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. A Disney joke, sweet, thanks. That's what you hit me with, a topical Harry. Next, you'll hit me with a topical Harry Potter reference. I don't think there are any topical Harry Potter references, at least not right now, because she kind of, the person who did the thing, kind of like went hardcore against the LGBTQ community somehow. I don't really know. I was never a Potterhead in the first place. But she did something to sort of misalign them after, I think she was like, oh, it's canonical. You know, what's his fucking name? Not Gandalf, but the big wizard there. Fuck, I feel bad for not knowing that right now, but he's gay, and it's just like, and people didn't like that, and then she went like hardcore the other way, but like in her real life or something. I don't know. I just know there's like so much drama, and I'm like, I think they just didn't want to be famous anymore. They made their money, and they're like, if everybody hates me, they won't ask me to do stuff. I don't care how this affects society or my fan base. I have my money, and I can just sleep on that and be good. But a topical Harry Potter reference would be, I don't have one. It would probably be something relating to SNL. You know, like when they used, man, that's not even topical. That's fucking years old. The girl from Parent Trap, the more modern one, the redhead, as Hermione Granger. Like, oh, you grew up over the thing. Or I think somebody made like a YouTube video where, I think it was on Cracked, where it's like, this is what happens when wizards grow up. He's like, yeah, no, I'm addicted to drugs and I use guns now. Fuck wands. Like, I guess we could use that sometimes, but guns are faster. And he has a point. I know they made other movies and try to spin off, and they didn't seem like they worked that well. But I never really cared that much about the whole world in the first place. I'm not trying to be obtuse here. Wait a second and let me explain my plan. Yeah, no, I'm sure it's going to take a whole last second. I'm going to give you a second to formulate your thoughts while I formulate my thoughts, and I'll be back in just a moment.